After spraying most of the removable panels of the 1 litre turbo diesel Daihatsu Charade, I was ready to move on to the body shell and the boot. I mixed up some Profix CP375 primer from motorcolour.ie. This is their new Swift primer, which is ideal for the home garage because it's safe from dust after just 5 minutes at 20 degrees. It's ready for sanding after just 1 hour. It has some anti-rust properties, so I was glad to be getting it on areas like underneath this gutter rail where there had been some surface rust which I'd cleaned back to bare metal. Maybe I'm laying it on a bit too thick, but it seems to give great coverage right from the first coat. It'll be reassuring to know there's good paint behind Chewy's bumpers. These are areas that are often neglected and can rust. It was good having the doors removed because I could get a really good coat on these A-pillars, which is another area that's prone for rust. I hadn't space in the garage to do all the removable panels together, so this was a handy time to get the boot done. After a couple of coats and a few hours to dry, I was ready to do the top coat. This was a handy batch, 300ml of the acrylic, 150 parts of the hardener and 50 of the thinners, making 500ml for the gun. Because I had the engine bay and the wings and bonnet painted before, I could really push the car far forward in the garage, give me loads of space around the back to operate, including the room to hang the boot. I gave it 3 coats of top coat and then left it for a few days to dry out. This is a really exciting moment because after over 3 years in the garage, I'm finally going to start seeing how Chewy's going to look when he's finished. I'm still planning another coat over all the panels, but I'm going to assemble them onto the car first and I'll rework them on it. So this is like unwrapping presents. I'm going to leave some of the masking on for that respray. It's 18 months since I painted that roof. This paint has remained remarkably consistent after its long storage. I kept it in the house so it wasn't exposed to any extreme cold temperatures. Working alone sometimes takes a little bit of pre-planning. I got a cloth on the roof there to protect the boot from the roof and the roof from the boot as I try to get a couple of bolts on. It's a real pleasure to be working with such clean panels. The boot is so light without the glass wiper motor and locks in. You can see there that the panels are going to need a little bit more work to get them nice and smooth. So I'm happy to put plenty of paint on. You find yourself being very delicate with the tools around these freshly painted panels. I started removing all this masking as I'm going to put Chewy back down on the ground again. That repair to the rear corner turned out well. That little depression is meant to be there, by the way. Back on his wheels again, I was able to roll them back so I could get at the front end. I have to be so careful around that windscreen. That's a job I don't want to have to go through again. This is the wing that was black, along with the bonnet, so the car has never been so colour matched since I've had it. It's a real morale boost to see the car this way, but I'm going to have to take a little break now and decide how much I want to rework the surfaces for a better finish. I've no criticism of the products or tools that I'm using, it's just a question of my experience and the conditions I'm operating in and whether I can push for better.